हेलो एवरीवन, आप सभी का फिर से एक बार स्वागत है मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल में जिसका नाम है कॉमर्स ट्रेजर। इन दिस वीडियो वी आर गोइंग टू कंटिन्यू आवर डिस्कशन ऑन Q20 सीरीज फॉर अपकमिंग नेट एंड KCET एग्जाम 2021. I have already made 6 more videos on this topic. I am putting the playlist into the description as well as in the I button. Do watch those videos, and if you like the video, please hit the like button, and without wasting much time, let us go to the next 20 questions of this series. India is not associated with SAARC, NAFTA, BRICS, none of the above. So India is member of SAARC. SAARC stands for South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. It has 8 countries and India is a member of this association. BRICS also, India is a member. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, which was started in the year 2006. NAFTA stands for North American Free Trade Agreement, and only 3 countries, that is Canada, USA and Mexico, are part of NAFTA. So India is not associated with option number B. SDRs are popularly known as currency notes, paper gold, silver coin, gold coin. So SDR stands for special drawing rights, and these are popularly known as paper gold. Now SDR are virtual currencies of IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, which was started in the year 1969. These are used by the member countries of IMF to settle the balance of payment position. It is also called as international reserves, and it is used to provide international liquidity. So SDRs are asked many times in previous papers. Just remember, SDR and paper gold is what it is commonly called as. Which one is not the international institution? IFC, IDA, IBRD, TRAI. So IFC, IDA and IBRD, all 3 are international institutions. TRAI is not an international institution. It stands for Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. IFC stands for International Finance Corporation, which was started in the year 1956, and it provides loan to private individuals and companies for 7 to 12 years. IDA stands for International Development Association, which was started in the year 1960, and it is a wing of World Bank. It provides long-term loan for 40 to 50 years, which are called as soft loans to the member countries. And IBRD stands for International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, which was established in the year 1945, and it also provides long-term loan for 5 to 15 years for economic development of the countries as well as improving the standard of living of the people in the country. Headquarters of all 3 institutions is at Washington DC. IDA and IBRD together are called as World Bank, which is another name for both the institutions together. And IFC, IDA, IBRD, MIGA, MIGA, which stands for Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency. ICSID, which stands for International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes, established in the year 1988. All together they are called as World Bank Group. So you can remember all these important international institutions. Which one is not an objective of IMF? IMF stands for International Monetary Fund, which was established in the year 1945. IMF and IBRD are called as Bretton Woods Conference twins because both of them were established after Bretton Woods Conference. Headquarters of IMF also is at Washington DC. So among the following, let us find out which is not an objective of IMF. To promote international monetary cooperation, definitely it is an objective. To ensure balanced international trade, this is also an objective of IMF. To finance productive effort according to peace time requirement, no, this is not an objective. To ensure exchange rate stability, this is the major important objective of IMF. Therefore option number C is not an objective of IMF. IMF provide loans only to the countries which are facing balance of payment crisis, that is the countries which have adverse balance of payment position, and it provides medium term loan of 3 to 5 years to the member countries along with some technical assistance, and also helps in maintaining the exchange rate stability all over the world. Balance of payments can be made favorable if exports are increased? Definitely yes. As you increase exports, you are going to get foreign currency, so your balance of payment will be strong. Import are increased? No. As you increase the imports, you have to make payment of foreign currency, so therefore your balance of payment position becomes weak. Devaluation of money also improves the balance of payment position, so therefore A and C both are correct answers to make favorable balance of payment. Which one among the following is not the salient feature of industrial policy since 1991? Enormous expansion of the private sector? Definitely it was an feature. Redefining the role of public sector? Definitely this is also a feature. Limited exposure of Indian industry to foreign competition? No, this is not an feature of 1991 industrial policy. Pruning of list of items reserved for SSI units, this was also an feature. So therefore option number C is not a feature. Apart from these, all three are the features of industrial policy since 1991. So in the year 1991, there was a major change in the Indian economy when LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization strategies were brought into the Indian economy. Subsequent expenditures that extend the useful life, improve the quality of output or reduce operating cost of an existing asset beyond their originally estimated levels are capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, deferred revenue expenditure, none of the above. So these are called as capital expenditure. A capital expenditure is one whose benefits can be received over a period of time, that is in more than 1 year period we are going to receive the benefits. So whenever we purchase a new fixed asset or spend expenditure on installation and freight charges of fixed asset or improve the asset or upgrade the asset or increase the revenue earning capacity of the asset, all these things are called as capital expenditures. All the capital expenditures are directly transferred to balance sheet and not to the profit and loss account. Marginal costing technique is useful for make or buy decision? Definitely yes. Profit planning? Definitely yes. Shutdown decisions? Definitely yes. So all of the above are the outcomes of using marginal costing technique. Make or buy decision is nothing but whether we have to produce within our company itself or we should buy from some other company. Profit planning is planning of the profit, and shutdown decision is nothing but whether we should continue a product or we have to stop manufacturing a particular product, can be understood with the help of marginal costing technique. Taylor's differential piece work plan provides that all laborers should be assigned different amount of work. No. Those who produce above standard should receive higher wages than those producing below standard. Payment should be the same on fixed standard. So option number C is correct. As per Taylor's differential piece rate system, the employee who is working above standard should be paid 120% of the normal piece rate, and the employee who is performing below the standard should be paid only 80% of the normal piece rate. This will motivate them to work harder, and we can distinguish between the efficient worker and an inefficient worker. The people to adopt a new product first are called early adopters, first users, initial adopter, innovators. So as per Everett Rogers diffusion theory, whenever people adopt new product first, those are called as innovators, and in 100% they will be around 2.5%. Then as per diffusion theory, those who buy after innovators are early adopters, which are around 13.5%. After early adopters, the person who buys are called as early majority, which are around 34%. After early majority, we have late majority, which is also 34%. And the people who buy the product at last are called as laggards, which are 16%. So this you can remember as Everett Rogers diffusion theory. And these are the different types of customers under the theory. Which method of setting advertising budget is most scientific and logical? All you can afford method, competitive parity method, objective and task method, percentage of sales method. So objective and task method is the most scientific and logical method, because here the promotional budget is made based on the marketer's objective to be achieved and the task to be performed in order to achieve those objectives. So this is the most logical one. All you can afford method is nothing but spending as much as the company can. Competitive parity method is nothing but spending as much your competitor is spending. And percentage of sales is nothing but spending on the base of percentage of the sales value of the company. The next is assertion and reasoning type of question. Weighted average cost of capital should be used as a hurdle rate for accepting or rejecting a capital budgeting proposal. Definitely yes, it is, because by financing in the proportion specified and accepting the project yielding more than the weighted average required return, the firm is able to increase the market price of its stocks. So this is also correct. So both assertion and reasoning are correct in this case. So option number B will be the correct answer. Which one of the following assumption is not covered in Walters model of dividend policy? All financing is done through retained earnings. Definitely yes. Firm's business risk does not change due to additional investment. This is also correct. The firm has an infinite life. This is also correct. The key variables like EPS and DPS keep on changing. No, this is not correct. So correct answer is option number D, because in Walters model EPS and DPS are kept as constant, and not only this, even IRR, that is internal rate of return, and cost of capital are also kept constant. So you can remember that retained earnings is the only way of financing. No debt nor additional equity can be used for financing. And one more assumption is firm can either pay 100% dividend or it has to retain 100% dividend. The next question is match the following, where authors have been given and their motivational theories have been given. So I have to link the authors with the motivational theory. Herzberg has given two-factor theory. McGregor has given theory X and theory Y. Elderfer has given ERG theory, which is extension of Maslow's theory, and David Maxwell has given three-need theory. 1D, we have two options. 2C, again we have two options. 3A, only one option, that is option number D. The Competition Act 2002 seeks to regulate anti-competitive agreements, merger and amalgamations, unfair trade practices, A and B above. So Competition Act 2002 aims at three major things which you have to remember. First one, prohibition of anti-competitive agreements. So definitely this is correct. Second, regulation of mergers and amalgamations or regulations of combinations. So this is also correct. So both A and B are correct. And the third one, which is coming under Competition Act 2002, is prohibition of abuse dominant position. Competition Act 2002 has replaced MRTP Act of 1969, which is asked many times in the exam. MRTP Act is nothing but Monopolistic Restrictive Trade Practices Act. You can remember three main points. First one, regulation of monopolies. Second one, prohibition of monopolistic, restrictive and unfair trade practice. The equilibrium level of output for a perfect competitive firm is given by a point where MR is equal to MC, MR is less than MC, MR is more than MC, MR is equal to MC, and MC starts rising. So option number D, that is marginal revenue should be equal to marginal cost, and marginal cost should be rising or it should cut the marginal revenue curve from below. So this is going to be the right answer. In this question, two lists have been given. List A, there are three types of profit, and list 2 is how these profits are computed. Normal profit is computed using total revenue equals to total economic cost. Economic profit is computed using excess of total revenue over total of explicit and implicit cost and a normal rate of return. And accounting profit is computed using excess of total revenue over total explicit cost. So you have to remember, in case of economic cost, both implicit cost and explicit cost are taken. Implicit costs are nothing but those are notional cost or imputed cost or opportunity cost, and explicit costs are out of pocket cost or real cost like salary, wages, rent paying, etc. And accounting profit uses only explicit cost and not implicit cost. So 1 is C, we have only one option, 2 is A and 3 is B. Option number A will be the correct answer for this question. Next one is again a match the following type of question. So dumping, kinked revenue curve, horizontal straight line curve, large number of buyers and sellers with differentiated products, and here monopolistic competitive firm, oligopoly firm, perfectly competitive firm, and discriminatory monopoly. So kinked curve always you can remember is related to oligopoly, and large number of buyers and sellers with differentiated product is always remember with monopolistic competition. So looking at these two options, that is 4A, we have only one option, that is option number C. So first one is going to be D, dumping is going to be discriminatory monopoly, kinked curve is oligopoly, horizontal straight line is perfectly competitive firm, and large number of buyers and sellers with differentiated product is going to be monopolistic competitive firm. An MBO program usually involves the following steps: establishing units objectives, establishing organizational goals, negotiating or agreeing, reviewing the performance, creating action plan. So always you have to remember, reviewing is always done at last. So our last step is going to be 4. Last step 4, only one option. So option number B, which says that first is establishing of goals, second one is establishing unit objectives, third one is going to be negotiating or agreeing, fourth one is going to be creating plans, and at last you go for reviewing the performance. So option number B is correct answer. MBO was given by Peter F. Drucker in the year 1954 in his book The Practice of Management, and it stands for Management by Objectives. The profitability of public sector banks is low due to over-cautious approach to lending, definitely yes. Reserve Bank policy, no. High overhead cost, definitely yes. Social sector lending, definitely yes. So 1, 3 and 4 are the correct reasons of low profitability of public sector banks. So option number C is going to be the right answer for this question. So this is all about today's video. If you have any doubts, you can comment me in the comment box, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get a notification as soon as I upload a new video. Thank you for watching this video, and share this video with your friends, and let us meet again with another video.